So to be recorded session, fine. And share screen, and let's go ahead. Let's share. Okay, so we're talking about fame and fortune. We're talking about fame and fortune. It's very important topic زي ما شرحنا. ده محور الحياة. Okay, so a lot of people are searching for fame. Others look for fortune. Yet most of us are looking for both. It's a diagonal. يعني has many meanings. Fame زمان كان an actor, fame can a singer, fame can to become a scientist or something like that. دلوقتي الفame could be a YouTuber, an influencer, a blogger, someone's famous. Okay, fortune became harder and harder. In all times, fortune comes from working hard, and you can make a fortune either as an entrepreneur or as an employee. دلوقتي making a fortune حمو بيكا والاشكال اللي مالهاش لازمه دي تمام. They can make fortune in no time. تبقى حضرتك studying for years of studies and working hard like a donkey and here and there, and you end up buying a Kia car, yet somebody who's nonsense talking and he can ride a $1 million, a £1 million car easily. So fortune is hard, but let's go back to the real world. Let's stop a little bit at the grammar because it's very important. We're going to understand what does modal verb and past perfect means. Does anyone or have any idea what is modal verbs?
Shall, should, can, could.
We call them also the helping verbs or the auxiliary verbs. Okay, let me give you an example. Here. So there are auxiliary verbs like helping verbs. For example, can, will, could, shall, must, would, might, and should. All these are modal verbs. Sorry, excuse me. Alhamdulillah. They add meaning to the main verb in a sentence, expressing حاجات معينة زي abilities, possibilities, permissions, obligations. Let me show you something like, for example, your ability like can, could. Like, for example, David can speak 3 languages. How could? He could speak fluent French when he was 5. He could speak fluent French when he was 5. A permission. Can, could, may. Okay, a permission. Can, could, may. Can I sit in that chair, please? Could I open the window? Or for may I borrow your dictionary so I can use the can, could, or may. دي في حالة permission استئذان. Advise, should. You should visit your dentist at least twice a year. You should try to lose weight. يبقى أنا هنا في المودال verbs بحاول أماني أفكر وأنا بحاول أفكر في دماغي أكون sentence. السنتنس دي هيكون فيها ability، هيكون فيها permission، هيكون فيها advise، هيكون فيها obligation، هيكون فيها possibility. I should use the helping verb أو auxiliary verbs أو modal verbs. Obligation. حد عارف يعني obligation؟ الصمت الرهيب.
الإلزام.
Good. Like must, I'll have to. I must memorize all these rules about tenses. You have to take off your shoes before you get into the mosque. Possibilities. احتماليات. Might or may, could or can. It looks nice. It looks nice, but it might be very expensive. Richard may be coming to see us tomorrow.
Is that what's me?
Sorry? ما هذا؟ في صوت حد مش معانا ومعانا.
She don't know. She doesn't know he opened the camera.
Sorry.
Nor May he doesn't know she is opening the mic.
Yeah. Okay. So you're using one of them now. Okay. Good job. Mm-hmm. Good. So these are the modal verbs. Easy?
Yeah.
No, not easy. Why? It's easy to know as a rule, but sometimes it's not easy to use them because I don't know when should I or when I should use such verbs or helping verbs in what time or which time. And for example, you'd find some near similarities. تمام؟ يعني هتلاقي فيها مثلا هنا في permissional ability you can both use can or could. So which one I should use? Should I say can I ولا could I? It differs from the situation. بتختلف حسب situation. Like for example, an ability or permission, a permission differs from the person you know and the person you don't know. Like for example, can I open the window please? أنا كده بستأذن حد mostly مثلا as a situation, can I open the window please? ممكن افتح الشباك شوية. لو أنا قاعد في عربية بابا، عربية ماما، عربية أختي، عربية somebody from the relatives, can I open the window please? Or if I'm sitting in somebody's stranger, could I open the window please? زي حضرتك وأنت. Okay, is that a rule? لا مش شرط. أنا برضه ساعات ممكن أقول حضرتك وأنت لو مختلف كتير. ممكن أقول حضرتك حد كبير، ممكن حد أصغر مني.
Dr. Sharif, please. Someone is speaking with you. I hear the.
Not with Dr. Sharif.
Or what?
أنا سامع حد برضه بس الفكرة إن ببص على الباقي ميوت. Dr. Taysir, I think you're alone, right?
Alone. Yeah.
Noor, is anybody around? Moment, are you alone or somebody around?
Yeah, alone.
What about you, Noor?
No, someone around me.
Okay, please, can you politely ask them, tell them I'll kill you if I heard a sound.
Politely. أهم حاجة.
كده أقول لهم politely ممكن مثلا عندي سيشن اللي هيتكلم يعني هموته. Okay, so let's go back again here. So it's easy to understand the modal verbs, but sometimes I could be confused. I could be confused, or I can be confused. I could be confused. I may be confused. So it differs from the situation that I'm going to talk. ملهاش exact rule, but it's necessary to understand each one and one meaning. Let's go back here and at the page and read. That's a picture of a famous artist, which I have no idea who she. Anyway, her name is Andy Warhol. I have no idea who she. We'll understand now. The artist Andy Warhol once said that everyone should be famous for 50 minutes. Again, everybody would be famous for 50 minutes. عشان كده احنا بنسميها ايه؟ The 15 minutes of fame. حد سمع الجملة دي قبل كده؟
No.
هتقول لك يا عم ده خد الدقيقتين الشهرة بتاعته. ما سمعتوش الجملة دي قبل كده؟
لا سمعناها in Arabic. It's
يجي مثلا حد لعيب كورة طالع وبيعمل حركات يقول لك يا عم بس سيبه خليه ينبسط بالدقيقتين الشهرة دول. صح؟
مم.
بس احنا هنا خلال دقيقتين، بره بيخلوها 15 دقيقة. عالم غريب، بنحب ندمر البني آدم احنا. Anyway, so Andy Warhol once said that everyone would be famous for 15 minutes. Okay? Here we look at two people who have had their 15 minutes of fame and what the experience might meant to them. Steve Jennings, I don't know who's this. Let's read about her. Interesting. Steve Jennings was just 17 when he, that's a boy, Steve Jennings, was just 17 when he appeared as Des in the popular TV series Angels back in the 90s. Okay. كان في very famous TV show كان اسمه Angels back in the 90s. Back in the 90s يعني 1900 up to 99. He became famous overnight في ليلة. But Steve said no. But Steve said no one had told him what to expect and how to deal with it. محدش كان فاهمه ازاي انك تمسك فيها. خدوا بالكم, fame is a very hard thing to do. Once you're famous, you could be the next day not. وياما أمثلة شفناها كتير. They become famous for like 10-15 minutes. أبسط مثال. The Russian lady who spoke Egyptian, and she was giving teaching some Kuwaiti girl a lesson. Did we saw that video?
Yes. Mm.
She got her fame time. She got that 50 minutes of fame. تسلم ايدك يا مش عارف ايه. يا لهوي, اصبحت نمبر 1 خلاص. صدقت رئيس الوزراء عندنا بعد 3 دقايق. So she got her 50 minutes of fame. And like her, you could find many people. Like these days, I think the person that boy who is on Facebook all over is going viral on Facebook. The Egyptian boy who's been bullied from his friends because he said that he looked ugly. I think that was swirling a lot everywhere, right? Did you hear that or did you read that?
Mm. Yes.
Right, Moment, you're right, Noor. أنا شايف نور بتبص لحد مثلا كده هتموته.
عيني مستر عيني. عيني.
She is following
Noor.
your advice.
راحت تقتله جاية. طب let's wait couple of minutes عشان أنا كده ما راحوا خالص الباقي. Where are they? Guys, excuse me, I'm extremely thirsty. أنا بشرب حاجة غلط بس I have to stay awake, so اتفضل. Noor. Noor, are you okay? Can you hear me? Noor. انت قتلتيه وبتشربي من دمه دلوقتي يا نور؟ Noor. طب moment, can you hear it? Do you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Latir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
يعني العيب مش عندي. طب الحمد لله. طيب let's send where are the rest?
Yeah.
ايه ده
the network طلعني بس. Yeah.
Are you okay now, Noor? Can you hear me?
Yes.
أنا مش عارف, محتار شوية. الصوت والصورة فيها lag, فمش عارف إذا ده قديم ولا جديد. Noor,
Yes.
can you hear me well now? Okay, now I'm fine. Okay,
Hear
so
me?
let's continue. Yes. So as I said, one of the most examples that people would take their 50 minutes of fame, like this boy who
Yeah.
is circling around the Facebook. He was bullied by his friends because he's claiming that he was ugly, and that's not by his hand. I think, Moment, did you saw that story? You watched that story? It's going viral everywhere, everywhere, everywhere.
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, and Noha Samir, something wrong with the internet, she's coming back. Okay, Balash, for example, somebody else like this, I hate this actor, this Muhammad Ramadan. He's having his 15 minutes of fame. Guys, 15 minutes of fame مش معناها 15 دقيقة بجد ها؟ 15 minutes of fame means at a time, a very short time. Because some people are legendary. Some people are legendary. They stay years and years, like Sean Connery, like ما مش بتكلم على actors بس. Like for example, if you talk about famous people, Abdel Nasser, he's known till now. If you talk about Muhammad Ali Clay, he's known till now. حتى لو أنت نور أو محمد مؤمن sorry, you never saw Muhammad Ali Clay in your life, but everybody knows Muhammad Ali Clay. These are legends. They stay forever. تمام? Like Michael Jackson. يعني I think you مؤمن and Noor, he passed away before you understand who is Michael Jackson, but I think you know all his songs, so that he's extremely famous. The Mafina Stania, they come and they live 1 or 2 years, they got their fame, and then they vanish, disappear. Nobody knows. Like for example, Muhammad Saad as an actor, ظهر في شخصية الليمبي, he became famous for a year, 2, 3, خلاص بعد كده fade away. Okay. So that was an example of Steve Jennings. He was just 17 when he appeared as Des, شخص اسمه Des, in the popular TV series Angels back in the 90s. He became famous overnight, but Steve said no one had told him what to expect and how to deal with it. He said to deal with this fame. Although he enjoyed aspects of his celebrity, he admitted that he would do things differently if he became famous now, and confessed that he had to get help to deal with the pressure of fame. يبقى لازم نفهم ان الفame له pressure. الفame ده له pressure from the media, from the audience, from everywhere. Now انا عايز حد يكرر الكلام اللي انا قلته ده يقراه بنفس السرعة اللي انا قلتها. So who wants to start? الصمت الرهيب.
I will start. كل الناس جاية من أجازة أساسا.
So what? We're just talking.
Okay.
Huh? Who wants to start reading?
Okay, I will start.
Yalla, Steve Jennings.
Steve Jennings was just 17 when he appeared as this in the popular TV series Angel back in the 90s. Angels.
Back in the
I can
90s.
try
back in the
بس
90s.
مش عارفة النت هيوصل.
He became famous overnight, but Steve.
Okay, he became famous.
I can say.
Dr. Sharif,
لا,
I'm
نور
come back.
بتحاول. Noor is trying to say something, but it reached very late. Noor, if you have any problem, in the connection, you can restart your session. Okay, Noor, can you hear me well? I can't hear you, dear. No, I can't hear you. يعني سامعين اللي حواليكي ما عدا انتي.
She looks like outside the home.
Okay, are you using 4G?
Not at home.
Okay, that's why there is lag latency in the voice, yeah, Noor. I advise you very much, number one, حاولي تحطي your phone على الخاصية اللي بيسموها في التليفونز في في an option لما بتنزلي drop down المنيو بيسموها الباك جراوند بروسيس او بيسموها power saving. Okay, what does it do?
Yeah.
It stops the other programs from doing any background processing. وبيخليكي اللي انت فاتحاه هو ده اللي بيركز عليه بس. try to do that, it will be much better. That's number one. Number two, try to find a spot ان يكون ال 4G يعني مديكي full signal. Okay, I think things will be better now. So let's continue. Dr. Taysir, أول حاجة he became مش famous, okay? He became famous overnight. يلا, continue Dr. Taysir. Okay,
Yes,
but
okay.
Steve.
But Steve said no one had told him what to expect and how to deal with it. Although he enjoyed aspects of his celebrity,
Aspects.
aspects of his celebrity, he admitted that
طيب
he
هنقف
was
هنا دي واحدة. بصي دكتورة هتلاقي إيه؟ أنا قلت حضرتك قلتي he enjoyed aspects of his celebrity. هلاحظ إن ما بين aspects is كتير عشان أنا بقول aspects of. أنا بقول of ما بقولش الأو هيخليكي تبطئي في الكلام سنة والكلمة اللي بعديها ممكن ما تظهرش كويس. يعني إيه although مش although A although he enjoyed aspects of his celebrity of his aspects of his هتلاقي ان كلامي وبقي بقى صغير ما بيفتحش كتير aspects of his celebrity. اما اقول aspects of his بقت عندي مضطر اقول of ولا his بقى عندي حركه في البق كتير فتعبت فلاقي نفسي ممكن الخبط.
What's the
aspects
meaning
of
of
his celebrity.
aspects?
Good. يعني ايه aspects? Anybody can tell me what is aspects? نواحي. Good. يعني فمثلا في أول ممكن أقول إيه نور is talented in many aspects. تمام in sports in مثلا in reading in writing in كذا عندك عدة مواهب. يبقى هنا aspects نواحي. Okay. I like مثلا I like Noha's personality from many aspects. تمام. I like مثلا Noha's personality from many aspects. Professionally she's كذا كذا كذا. Socially she's كذا كذا كذا. يبقى من نواحي. يبقى تاني aspects of his celebrity of.
Okay. Although he enjoyed aspects of his celebrity, he admitted that
celebrity. مش celebrity celebrity.
He admitted that he would do things different if he became famous now.
ليه بقولها differently دكتورة تيسير؟ عايزك تقرأيها قراية تاني كده. differently. حاولوا دايما في الانجليش سر في اللغة الأمريكانية. نحاول ما نفتحش بقنا كتير. فلما انت تقولش different دي ما تقالش. لو أنا ما عملتش كتير تلاقي differently.
Okay, differently if he became famous now and confessed that. يعني what is the meaning of confessed?
Confessed. مين يقدر يساعدني في confessed؟ مؤمن. Confessed.
I think اعترف.
Yes, confessed يعني اعترف. برافو عليك مؤمن. And confessed that
he had to get help to deal with the pressure of fame.
قرينا بسرعة. جميل جدا. فهمنا الكلمات، فهمنا الجمل. In English, explain it Noha. What does it mean? That small article for Steve Jennings. What does it mean? ما هو المغزى؟ ايه كان في بالعلق في الايه؟ في استخرج المعنى في هذا المقال. What does it mean Noha in English?
I think
I
Stephen Jones. I think Stephen became popular overnight when he was 17.
That we understand that the story فهمناها ان he became كذا بقولك ايه المغزى يعني what lesson we learned what lesson did we learn from that article from Steve Jennings? What is the lesson that they're trying to give us, the writer اللي هو tried to give us here in a very small sentence كده كل ده بيتحط في one sentence. Use
He
your
became
brain
famous.
Sorry?
Famous. He became famous.
That fame comes with a price. Fame comes with a price.
Come to price.
And comes with a price. بثمن. إيه هو الثمن? That you should be able to deal with the pressure of fame. With the pressure of fame. يبقى being famous, it's not easy. It's extremely hard because you never know when and where you will become famous. And if you your star starts shining, you have to hold to it. You have to understand it. You have to deal with it. You have to catch it. You have to maintain it. يبقى الشهرة مش سهلة. مش واحد ظريف ممثل طلع واحد زي أحمد حلمي. He's a comedian. صح؟ طلع واتشهر. كان له very famous movies and other movies failed. But he kept on going لغاية لما بقى extremely popular. صح؟ عمرو دياب, he's extremely famous. Go around the world. You will find Japanese, Chinese, Spanish singing his songs, right? Yet sometimes his songs يعني بتبقى ضايعة خالص, صح? So it's not easy. But I want Moment read number 2, and then there is Tom Reynolds. حد عارف Tom Reynolds?
No.
حد شاف توم رينولدز لحد دلوقتي؟
No.
Okay. He's a very famous, he was يعني كان غني وكل حاجة وعمل فلوس أو مش عمل فلوس, جاله فلوس inherited. أو كان جاله فلوس كتير let's read the story. Tom Reynolds from San Diego. Read the moment.
And then there's Tom Reynolds from San Diego, who was unacceptedly.
Okay, start here. When you said there is a new word, try to cut it into syllables. تعالى كده نقطع syllables يا.
Okay.
دايما
بعدين accept.
لا مش accept. Unexpectedly. بقت سهلة.
But I can't in the sentence I can read it.
I know, but unexpectedly, but easy, صح?
Unexpectedly, maybe yes.
Unexpectedly.
Unacceptedly.
Unexpectedly.
Unacceptedly.
Unexpectedly.
Okay. Inherited a fortune from an uncle. He never knew.
What does it mean? Inherited.
ورث.
Yes.
Right. Inherited a fortune or a fortune?
Fortune.
Great. So T-U-N-E is chin, not chan.
Fortune. Okay.
Chin. زي chin. للدقن chin. Fortune. From an?
From an uncle.
From
he
an
never
uncle.
Knew and became famous when the new.
From an ankle.
From an uncle.
From an uncle.
انكل زي كده بيقول لك في مصر هنا، يا رب كده الايه تورث من عمك في البرازيل، فاهم؟ لما يجي يتريق وبتاع، فهو ورث من عمه وات ايفر فين. From an uncle he never knew.
From an uncle.
He never knew يعني حتى فعلا ما كانش يعرفه ولا عمره ما سمع عنه. And became famous. يلا.
Became famous on the news was widely publicized by reporters.
حد يقرا دي صح.
widely published.
Publicized.
Public.
انت قلت ايه؟
public site. public site.
انا سمعت بابل حاجه كده
public
حلوه.
site.
Public sites.
Public sites.
Strong.
Look انا هديكم مثال، ما حدش بيمسككم خالص. You can go ahead.
Right.
Listen ها هديكم مثال اخر مره قبل ما اتك.
Public site.
Public
site.
size.
Size. Public size. Yes.
Easy. Easy.
هي size و public.
Exactly.
Publicize.
انا بقى اقولها pub شايفين الهواء بيطلع في الاتش اي. Publicize.
Publicize.
pub guys الاولانيه ب والثانيه بلا، يبقى في عندي بي وبي. لو انا ما عنديش البي وبي capability هفضل اقولها غلط، هقولها publicize او publicize، هيطلع غلط. It should be publicize.
Publicize.
شفتوا؟ خدت بالك؟ may have mispronounced P. تمام؟ فالمفروض تكون ايه؟ publicize. شفت انت كنت على البي جامد. publicize. شفتوا؟ لكن انا قلت زي اللي فاتت، كنت المره اللي فاتت قلت publicize، المره دي هقول ايه؟ publicize.
Publicize.
No. غلط.
Publicize. Publicize.
افتكروا دايما الحرف البي يا دكتور تيسير ان بتعمل با.
Publicize.
Good job. Publicize. طب عرفت يعني ايه publicize؟ يعني ايه public و publicized by reporters؟
Declared أو announced.
Announced. Okay, announced it goes viral, went viral في كل حتة. عمو اللي ما يعرفوش أورث منه ملايين. Okay. Within a short time, yeah, Noha, read from here. Within a short time.
Within a short time, Tom had spent
Let's
his.
stop here, Noha. Within a short time. بدل ما أقول within a short time بقت short time زي شرطة السياحة. نقول بقى short time. هنا double T. But let's choose just one. Short time. Within a short time.
With a short time, Tom had spent his entire.
No, not enter.
Entire.
يعني entire. كله. Spent his entire her inheritance اللي هو
الميراث.
الورث كله.
And ended up living on the streets.
On the streets. Yeah.
He commented that people.
بص look don't read with your eyes not with your brain. افتكروا دايما لما اقرا بعينيا مش بمخي. He
committed.
not committed لا
Committed.
not committed.
Comment.
No.
committed
No انتوا يا جماعة مش شايفين ان هي موجودة والله.
commented
Commented. قسموها commented. He commented that
people in a similar situation
in a similar guys please لما يكون في ما يقولش مش لازم افتح كده. People in a similar situation. He commented that استخدموا الامريكان language اي th حولوها لحرف الدي بس قولوها ما بين لسانكم ما بين لسانكم.
D.
that
That.
مش هقولها بقى تمام هقولها زي الدي زي دال بس هقولها وانا بقول لساني بين سناني. that this
that people
not people لا ازاي people لو people تبقى اخرها POLE يعني P قلنا الساوند بتاع البي ازاي يا نهى فاكره في consonant sounds
P
no البرونونسيشن بتاع البي ازاي مفيش صوت والال او people the people not people people يلا people in a similar situation
should get advance
قري بعينيكي
advice
yes advice
on handling and investing there
good job there لا ده زي دير سانت كاترين كده
their money but he also suggested
not suggested يعني هنا كأنها بتحول للجي suggested لا مش suggested زي حرف الجي suggested عارفة ايه suggested؟
أيوة اقترح
yes that
lots of
that مين بقى؟
that
yes أيوة
lots of people might not admit
طب ليه قلنا might؟ هي might ولا might not
admit that they need help.
Very good. يعني إن في ناس كتير might not admit مش هيعترفوا إن هم كانوا محتاجين مساعدة. Ego. يعني كمان money can bring ego تجيب الإيه؟ الإيجو اللي هي العنطزة زي ما بيقولوا يعني. تمام. So he spent المفروض إن هو famous. Tom Reynolds is a famous actor. تمام. فإيه اللي خلاه الإيجو ركبته العنطزة ركبته ورث من عمه. He spent all his fortune in short time and end up living in the street. يا عيني. In 1 minute you had a lot of money. The second minute you don't have any and you're living in the street. You got it? And by the way, there are many good actors. They suffered the same. I don't want to save. I want to clear. Okay, so I think that's easy. Okay, which person experienced of fame positive or negative and why? So we read them. They were both positive. They both became rich, famous suddenly. Wala, they were both negative. They both found it hard to deal with sudden wealth or fame. Which one should you choose?
negative one.
That is correct. Both are negative because both found it hard to deal with sudden wealth and fame. يبقى دايما افتكر sudden دي يعني ايه؟ مفاجأة. Sudden wealth أو sudden fame. طيب. Before we continue, we noticed we talked about the modal verbs. Can you please extract the modal verbs here?
What be famous?
What might
What?
would
لا sorry أنا ده reporting verbs. sorry أنا لسه هنجيها ثواني. The reporting verbs. Sorry, in the wrong exercise. Okay, so okay. Answer the question. In reported speech, what usually happens to the verb after the reporting verb? It's usually shift to the past tense or the future tense. بيروح للpast tense or the future tense. يعني once said هنا بيروح على past tense or the future tense. لاحظوا هنا.
past
said,
tense.
admitted, confessed, commented, suggested. يبقى راح على فين؟
past
Past tense. Now look at the reporting verbs. ايه هما reporting verbs؟ تمام؟ said, admitted, confessed, commented, suggested. Okay, اللي هما underline in the article. Does the verb that follow the reporting verb always change from in reported speech? الverb اللي بيجي بعد دي. Yes or no?
no no
أنا سمعت كده إجابتين. فاضل إجابتين.
يعني ايه مش فاهمة يعني هو اللي هو reporting verb always change
دول
form.
reporting verbs. الverb اللي بيجي بعديه تمام. الverb اللي بيجي بعديه ايه هو الverb يعني ايه verb action صح؟ always change form in reported speech. Yes or no?
يعني ايه change form of in reported speech بتشينج ايه يعني؟
reported speech نفسه بيغيره. مش احنا قلنا reported speech في past tense؟
ماشي اوكي. طب هو بيغير ايه يعني اللي هو
يبقى ما بيغيروش.
انا مش فاهمة السؤال
One
صراحة.
said that everyone would be famous 15 minutes, admitted that he would go things differently, confessed that he had to go, تمام? Commented that people in the similar situation should. You got it?
change الevent يعني.
Event, not event, event.
event okay.
Very good. طيب برضو هنلاقي هنا في حاجة اسمها past perfect. مين يقدر يقول لي past perfect يعني ايه؟ حد عارف ولا مش عارف؟ It's okay I can explain.
past perfect اللي هو had زائد اللي هو third participation.
طب دي الفورمة. أنا بقول يعني
past
past perfect.
participation. usage يعني.
طيب past perfect tense ده verb okay used to show إن في action took place once or many times before another point in the past. في نقطة معينة من إيه؟ من الماضي. تمام؟ وده الفورم بتاعتها using ايه؟ had زائد past participle. يعني ايه past participle؟
التصريف الثالث.
past participle اللي هو ايه؟
هو التصريف الثالث.
قصدي بالانجلش اللي هو ايه؟ بتبقى
اللي
عامله
هو
ازاي؟
third verb.
Sorry?
Third form of the verb.
Yes. تمام؟
لو Go right route written.
sorry الباست participle اللي هو اخره ايه؟
ed or in regular verbs, irregular every verb according its
yes يبقى ed او في بعض الاوقات بيكون في عندي بعض irregular verbs زي مثلا ايه you had studied English before you moved to New York. مثلا افترض you had not studied English before you moved to New York لو negative. دايما اي verb عندي في الستيتمنت او question او في النيجاتيف form. Look here for example. Let me get chart. عندي مثلا هنا can you see the picture? Everybody can see the picture?
yes.
Okay. Just 1 second. Let me just delete this one. Like مثلا في لو هي to be but had been to have يعني had to do had done to say had said to get had gotten to make had made to go had gone to take had taken دي كلها أمثلة to see had seen to come had come. لو في negative form hadn't been أو hadn't had أو hadn't done. This easy. I'll be sending you these things. Are these easy or hard?
What meaning of to? It refers to what? To be. I see meaning
This is going to be hard. This had been hard. I'm going to have, he had had. I'm going to do, have done. I was going to say, I had said.
Yes.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, here, I went there after I had completed the task. I went there after I had completed the task. Now, she had come late to the school. My father and mother had been married for 2 years when I was born. خدوا بالكم ان الباست بيرفكت تنس من اصعب يعني صعب اللي بيسموه سهل الممتنع. ليه؟ لان انا بحكي على بوينت معينه. ممكن البوينت دي ممكن تكون مستمره، ممكن البوينت دي تكون انتهت، ممكن البوينت دي اتكررت. ف it's not that easy to form a sentence in the past perfect tense. So you have to make sure قبل ما تنطق جملة عايز تحطها في past perfect tense, you have to use these things. You have to understand them and know them by your heart. وتستخدم البوزيتيف أو النيجاتيف أو الquestion form. It's not easy. كتير قوي بيلخبطوا فيها لما يشوف مثلا had يقول لك انت ايه معلق had لا يا فندم بنستخدم past perfect tense. تمام. For example, until he went to England, he had never spoken English. يبقى لازم افهم على طول ان عندي ان ممكن استخدم زي ما دكتور تيسير قالت ان I can use the regular verbs. تمام. في الباست participles. تمام. موجوده ed سوري. او استخدم ال irregularities. يبقى لازم افهم ال irregularities. مين عارف ان irregularities ومين مش عارف؟
Irregularities that not follow the rule ed.
exactly. زي spoken. عارفاهم ونوها ولا مش عارفاهم؟ مؤمن ونور عارفاهم؟
What? Spoken?
الكفتة.
The irregularities?
Yes. In English. Okay. irregularities دايما كده في القواعد في اللغة الإنجليزية وزي في اللغة العربية دايما في شواذ. تمام. اللي هي لا يتسموا بالقاعدة الأساسية. For example, we said that the past participle should take an ed in the verb like spoken. Speak is a verb, an action. So speak مش هقول speaked صح؟ spoken. طبعا في عشان نفهم irregularities نظرية طويلة جدا عريضة بعد ما تقراها تقول بقى ايه، انا فهمت بس مش مقتنع. يس، لحد دلوقتي الناس مش مقتنعه. واي؟ ليه خليته فيه irregularities يعني؟ تمام؟ ليه ما يبقاش spooked مثلا نفترض؟ حلو، لان في مثلا spooked جاي من هي trapped، فهمت؟ So anyway, so ال past perfect tense من الحاجات اللي عايزه practice كتير. ازاي البراكتس بتاعها؟ unfortunately الطريقه الوحيده في البراكتس ان انا اعرف الزمن اللي انا بتحدث بيه. I have to understand the time that I'm going to use. في الجمله بتاعتي عجبتك الكفته يعني. اوكي. فلازم ابقى انا عارف التايم اللي انا هتكلم بيه. اول ما اعرف التايم اللي انا هتكلم بيه ابتدي ابراكتس عليه كتير قوي. يعني حاول مره يكون في عندك topics، التوبيك ده كله عباره عن قصه انت بتحكيها من واقع الحياه نفترض، بتقول فيها facts حقائق نفترض، سواء في الماضي مرتبطه بالحاضر او بالفيوتشر، او سواء في الماضي وخلصت. زي مثلا ايه؟ until he went to England he had never spoken English. كل ده حصل في الماضي، صح؟ كل ده حصل في الماضي. He had never spoken English. يبقى ال present بتاع الماضي اللي هو الحاضر بتاع الماضي he had never spoken English. تمام؟ كان حاضر بتاع الماضي ده. الأزمنة بتختلف، انتوا فاهمين الجزئين؟ الماضي مش ماضي وبس. أنا ممكن زي ما كده كنا بنتكلم مرة تانية، كنا نقول إن sometimes I'm going to tell a joke، ده بيبقى في في الإيه، في الباست في الباست continuous، صح؟ ليه بستخدم الباست continuous؟ لان النكته حاجه حصلت لكن ممكن لسه بتكون بتحصل. زي ما بقول لك ايه، مره واحد صعيدي دخل مش عارف كذا 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 عشان اتخيلها. يبقى الزمن مش مرتبط ان الماضي يبقى ماضي. ممكن بتكلم على جزئيه معينه في الماضي اللي هو حاضره، او ان الماضي ده في الماضي بتاعه كمان، او ان الماضي ده كان فيه continuous بتاعه. فاهمين الجزئيه دي ولا لا؟ نور فاهمها؟ طب let's check about this. Now there are lots of sentences فيها هنا ال past participle. So past perfect. Let's open the grammar here. الجرامر من الحاجات اللي هي صعبة، ولكن once I understand the rule واتمرن عليها أكتر من مرة كتير قوي في خلال سنة سنتين مش محتاج أفتكره. لان بقيت زي ما بتكلم دلوقتي عربي معاكم مش محتاج اعرف المضارع والفاعل والمفعول والمرفوع على الشبشب والحاجات الغريبه دي، صح؟ مفيش، مش محتاج ان يعني اقول فين وفين وفين، خلاص هيبقى it's easy for you. طيب let's show the article again. في عندي هنا مثلا no tense change اللي هو ال past perfect بيفضل past perfect. example هنا I hadn't thought about what fame would really be like. يبقى هنا reported, he admitted that he about what fame would really be. He admitted that he
didn't know.
Didn't know.
Oh, hadn't know.
Hadn't thought.
Sorry.
Hadn't thought. He hadn't thought. شايفين hadn't thought past perfect أهو. He hadn't thought في negative form ما اتغيرش. يبقى he في reported هنا ايه؟ He admitted that he hadn't thought. يبقى انا غيرت حاجة هنا؟ غيرت اي حاجه في الباست بيرفكت؟ بقى لسه ستيل باست بيرفكت اهو، صح؟ طيب سام بقى في حاجات تانية الموديل بيتغير زي كان الى could في الباست بتاعه، صح؟ may, might, must, had to او will, would. مش دي الباست بتاعت المودلز دي؟ المودلز دي زي for example I may never work in television again. I may never work in television again. Reported he suggested that he
might not.
He might
not work. Might not work.
Might never.
Might never work.
Never work.
Never.
Might never. Very good. And sometimes الموديل ما بيتغيرش خالص. هنا direct would you do things differently? She asked if he would do things differently. Very nice. هبعت لكم السكرين شوتس دي عشان understand. يبقى sometimes the tense نفسه ما بيتغيرش، بيفضل زي ما present perfect past perfect بيفضل past perfect. Sometimes الموديل change من الحاضر إلى الماضي بتاعها can could may might كذا كذا. أو هنا ما تغيرش الموديل ليه؟ لاحظوا معايا would you do things differently؟ She asked if he would، يعني هو لسه هو سأل إن الأكشن الفيوتشر الفيوتشر بتاعه اللي كان في الماضي. Yes, Dr. Taysir is asking.
What difference between its usage and present perfect? It looks like similar.
It talks about تاني في حد بيرسم ثواني. Okay. البريزنت غير الباست يا دكتور تيسير. She asked if he would do things differently. زي ما انا بتكلم بالعربي هي سألت إذا كان ممكن تغير حاجة في حياتها. أما لو بتكلم على present تمام هي بتسأل. She is asking. ing. That's present.
Present perfect.
Okay, let's stop. I want you to change this one into, sorry, Control Z. I want you to change this statement into present perfect. يلا مين هيتابع؟
She is asking. She is
Present perfect.
asking.
What is the rule of present perfect يا نور؟
Have or has the plus past participle.
Present perfect.
Present perfect. يبقى بقول ايه؟ have أو has
or have plus past participle.
لا past participle. ازاي بحط past participle؟
How؟
بحط
Verb
past participle
plus ed
ازاي؟
or irregular verbs.
طيب يبقى هنا هقولها ازاي؟
She has asked.
she بتاخد have ولا has؟
Has.
She has asked.
Asked.
مين؟
Asked.
مش لاقي لها طريقة بصراحة بس يلا. asked قلنا الاي دي ده ازاي؟ asked. She has asked. أما هنا she asked. يبقى هنا she has asked if he would do things differently and هنا she asked if he. هنا she has asked it's في ال present موجود. She has asked هي بتسأل أو في السؤال نفسه موجودة لسه في ال present. أما she asked خلاص.
Asked. Okay.
asked بس دايما مش هقول ايه بقى she asked if he she asked يعني بقولها بسرعه اسرع شويه she asked if he يعني الدي بتختفي شويه she asked if he. دكتورة تيسير لسه في حيرة ولا خلاص؟
يعني I don't يعني what's changing the meaning يعني I reported she asked or she has asked that's the difference. I said about the difference between past perfect and present perfect, not past simple.
لا past perfect أنا بقول على ال past perfect وال present perfect صح؟
Present perfect, yes. I know that the both action in present perfect its usage action always occur or in the past. It is the
Okay.
main it is the same
تاني
usage of the
الباست
past perfect.
هنا بصي اول حاجه في البريزنت بيرفكت او الباست بيرفكت. الباست بيرفكت بيحكي في فتره زمنيه معينه. البريزنت بيرفكت is حاجه في فتره طويله او since كذا الى كذا. Like for example مثلا the total sales of Pepsi have increased dramatically since 2004. Total sales مثلا of Pepsi Cola have increased dramatically since كذا. طب لو انا عايز احطها في ال اسمه ايه ده في البريزنت بيرفكت. عايز احطها في انت عايزه تحطي في الباست سيمبل ولا باست بارتيسيبل؟ present perfect وباست سيمبل ولا present perfect و
لا present perfect and past perfect. Yeah, the same perfect but about present and past.
Okay. I'll get you the dialogue for a second. انت عايزه past perfect.
Yes. And
لا،
it's
في
different
اختلاف.
with present
في اختلاف
perfect.
تماما. في اختلاف
What?
تماما. لا في اختلاف تماما يا دكتوره، في اختلاف تماما. انا عايز اجيب لك بس حاجه عشان توضحها لك.
Can I explain what is my mind to make it easier?
What's in your mind?
I guess that present perfect is the usual action or action that happened in the past, and it is the same what we use in the past perfect. The
خليني
action which
اسهلها
is
لك اكتر.
completed before.
خليني اسهلها لك اكتر. present perfect حاجه connected بالpresent بالحاضر. اما الباست perfect دي بتبقى connected to the ايه؟ past. connected بالايه؟ بالماضي. اما present perfect connected بالحاضر. تمام؟ فهمتي؟ present perfect ممكن استخدمه في specific time سواء في الكلمه او في الفريزز اللي هي الجمل. اما present perfect بستخدمه في يعني نفس الموضوع بس السبيسيفيك بقى سوبر سبيسيفيك تايم. يعني بيبقى تايم محدد جدا 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 جدا. اوكي. present perfect لو something that started in the past and continues to the present لغايه الايه الحاضر. ده present ايه؟ perfect. past perfect for something starting in the past and continued up to given point in the past لنقطة معينة في الماضي. يعني أنا بص عايز أجيبها لكم كده بحاجة أسهل. Let me share screen. أعمل كده ثواني. Share screen. عارفين يعني إيه تايم لاين ولا مش عارفين يعني إيه تايم لاين؟
وقت زمني.
اوكي هنعمل كده ونقول ده past present and future. كل دول نقطة ثابتة صح؟ كل واحدة دول نقطة ثابتة. Now لو عملت كده وقلت I'm talking about something happened in the past and connected to the present يبقى ده ايه؟
present perfect.
perfect. لكن لو عملت كده I start at a point in the past end up a point still in the past يبقى دي ايه؟
past perfect.
عرفتي الفرق؟
Yes.
يبقى انت وانت بتنقي بتعرفي بتتكلمي فين. عشان لما يجي حد بيتكلم معاكي مثلا بتتكلمي نقطة في الماضي يعني هو لسه بيعمله لا 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 ده زمان. مش بنسمعها كده بالعربي حتى؟ You got it? So الباست بيتكلم ايه؟ الباست perfect بيتكلم على a certain point started in the past and end up in a point in the past. Yet the present perfect talked about a point, certain point starting in the past and connected to the present. أو end up in the present. Easy?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Let's continue. Finish. أنا بقيت أتوه في الحوار ده. I will send you a dialogue برضو فيها حاجة زي كده. Okay, let's submit and close. هبعت لكم دي homework اللي هي C. خلينا نعمل listening بسرعة for the next 5 minutes. Let me open here. Okay. To a gossip columnist. Columnist, هدف ايه columnist؟
كولم يعني اللي هو بيكتب في مقال يومي ولا إيه؟ مش عارفة. كولم يعني اللي هو عمود.
Bravo. Okay. Does being celebrity means the same as being famous? حد عارف الفرق؟
يعني ايه gossip gossip
Gossip. حد عارف إيه gossip؟ نميمة.
whispering
Gossiping. شفت البنت يسرا انا يسرا عملت مش عارف ايه كذا كذا والله ده gossiping. او في النيوز زي بنشوف في برنامج اي تي بالعربيه. وقد قام الفنان مش عارف كده اشترى الكيلوت بتاعه مش عارف من البوكسر اللي موجود في محلات كذا كذا غيره من كذا لكذا كذا كذا. اما الست اخت ام حنفي اللي بتمثل مش عارف ايه عمل كذا كذا. هي مش ممكن خطيره. مش بنشوف البرامج الغريبه دي. gossiping نميمه او بلا 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 على كلام الغيب. بتكلم عن حد مش في وجوده. gossiping. اوكي اللي بقت اشهر برامج في الدنيا دلوقتي. اوكي so does being a celebrity means the same as being famous?
No.
Do you think all famous people are celebrities?
No.
No.
celebrities هم مشاهير بس المشاهير بقى فين في الكورة في الرياضة
Of course not.
كله يعني right? They all famous people are celebrities. Hitler is a famous.
Of course not.
Hitler is a famous but he's not a celebrity. مش هيخش هوليوود والناس تسقف له هتلر صح؟
Yeah.
Okay. So
Celebrity mean it's a person who is famous in a certain branch or a certain
like look guys, some people of these are celebrities, other people are famous. Can you recognize any of these?
Celebrities. Will you say examples يعني?
Do you know who's she?
no.
What?
Who's she?
مين?
Picture
Kate
number 1.
Middleton.
Kate Middleton. Good job. Who's Kate Middleton?
Princess of is that what? 1 minute.
The Duchess.
Engels.
The Duchess.
yeah.
أو الدوقة. دوقة اللي هي the Duchess. تمام. Edward's. That's Edward's wife. He's the prince.
مناخيري زفلطة في الكاميرا قوي.
He's okay. She is the she's the crown prince wife. تمام اللي هو الأمير. صح؟ طيب.
William's wife.
William's wife. Who's this guy with the glasses?
Gangnam Style.
ايوه متابعين اهو Gangnam Style. Yes.
Who's the one who sing Gangnam Style?
Gangnam Style. Very good. Who's that? Who's she? Noor, Momin,
Victoria
who's she?
Beckham. Victoria Beckham.
Noha love gossiping. بتعشق gossiping. Okay, she's a culture vulture. That's Noha. Sorry, that's Victoria Beckham. She's extremely famous. She's the wife of David Beckham. She is one of the Spice Girls band group, and she is also a designer and have a huge big house of designs, and she designs clothes and also designs cars. Who's that?
I know. I don't know his name, but he is a paralyzed person who have invented a way to a computer for a person who cannot use their hands.
Actually, that's a small invention, but he is actually the owner of the theory of the quantum theory, the quantum time, the quantum theory, the supercomputers and the quantum time. He's a physicist. He's a very famous physicist. He's an extremely famous guy with a lot of theory. He is the inventor of the Big Bang theory, نظرية اللي هي البيج بانج. الخطأ طبعا احنا بنعتبرها نظرية غلط تماما. تمام، ما فيهاش اي مصطلح ديني، بس he is the inventor of the Big Bang theory او الانفجار الأعظم. So he was a famous physicist and one of the most intelligent people on earth. So is he a celebrity? No, he is not a celebrity. Okay, so let's listen to this part and close for today.
Unit 3, Section 2, Exercises C and D.
In the late 1990s, an American journalist named James Ullman figured out a scale to find out how valuable movie stars are to any movie they work on. It takes into account factors such as talent and willingness to promote a movie. He called it the Ulmer scale, and it is widely used in the industry. But now this term is being used to order celebrities in terms of how famous they are. So at the top of this scale are people on what is called the A-list. Those are people who have been very famous for a long time, like Tom Hanks, as well as the hottest stars of the moment, like Beyonce. A-listers are often famous celebrities like actors or singers, but they can also be people who are not exactly celebrities, but they are famous. For example, they might run a global company like Bill Gates, or they could have broken a world record, such as Usain Bolt, or written a best-selling novel, someone like J.K. Rowling. And then further down this list are the celebrities who aren't quite as well.
You know who's J.K. Rowling?
No.
Does any one of you guys know who's J.K. Rowling? Okay, J.K. Rowling is an extreme known famous writer who wrote the stories of Harry Potter.
The B-listers. They tend to be famous in their own country or profession, but may not be known to the general public around the world. A good example would be someone like Leona Lewis. She won the X Factor in the UK and is well known in the USA, but she's not an international star, at least not yet. Or they might be people who are famous, but not in an I'm a celebrity, look at me kind of way. These are people who have done incredibly important things, such as discover a cure for a disease, or come up with an amazing new invention. Tim Berners-Lee, for example, invented the World Wide Web, but he doesn't get on the front pages of celebrity magazines. And the ones who are even less valuable on the social scene are, of course, on the C-list. C-listers might include people who've done something like appearing on a reality TV show, causing a scandal somewhere, or just inheriting a fortune. A lot of these people don't really have a particular talent or do anything special, but we see them on TV a lot. Of course, the whole idea of using the Ulmer scale for ordering people in terms of their social value is completely subjective, based completely on opinions, and not on any real factors. But it's kind of interesting anyway.
الاوديو اللي سمعناه هبعته لكم، ما تقلقوش الكلام ده كله. هتلاحظوا انه ايه ده صعب قوي. لا، هو extremely easy، هو سهل جدا. هتلاقي فيه كلمتين ثلاثه جداد عليك هتطلعهم وتفهمهم بالانجلش مش بالعربي. فجاه هتلاقي نفسك ايه ده اللي بتقوله ده عبيط جدا. It's very easy اساسا. I understand every single word in it. تمام. So I'll try to send you مش I'll try, I will إن شاء الله send you the audios الموجودة and هيبقى عليكم كل واحد I want you to talk about some celebrities تمام or a person who can be an A or B or C list. هتسمعوا الاوديو عشان تعرفوا يعني ايه A او B او C list. هتجيب لي اسم في ال A list او اسمين في ال A list، اسمين في ال B list and اسمين في ال C list according to your opinion. هتفهموا يعني ايه A B و C. هتسمعوا الاوديو مرة ثانية عشان ايه تعرفوا. هتتكلموا عنه بس اهم حاجة انا I need few sentences يكون موجودة في ال past perfect تمام، وتستخدموا برضو المودال verbs تمام. يعني it's very important to me انك تعملوا حاجة زي كده. هيكون معلش exercise صعب شوية بس هنحاول ان احنا نعمله يعني step by step. So please هبعت لكم ان شاء الله النهارده او بكره بكتير الاوديوز عشان تعرفوا ايه المطلوب او ايه اللي اتعمل او تفهموا ايه ال A وال B وال C list of celebrities. دي واحده. تاني حاجه انتوا عندكم هبعت لكم ال past present ال past perfect اللي هي ال examples وال model verb examples عشان تكون قدامكم. وهبعت لكم بعض ال word list الكلمات اللي ممكن تسهل لكم على الجزئيه دي ومعانيها. وبعد كده هنبني كل واحد هيكونستراكت ال A شخصيتين لل A list او ال B list او ال C list and mention why. ليه هو A list عشان كذا عشان كذا عشان كذا في صيغة ال past perfect والمودال verbs مع بعض. اوكي؟ لسه مش هقول لكم زي كل مرة easy، لا هو مش easy، هو هيبقى hard المرة دي بس زي ما قلنا المرة اللي فاتت things are going harder day by day عشان نبتدي بقى ايه نتحول الى لغة الايه الحديث اكتر اكتر. اوكي؟
Okay.
but interesting topic صح؟
Yes.
دكتور تيسير عرفتي الفرق ما بين ال past perfect وال present perfect؟
Yes.
ما بقتش خلي بالك برضو فهمتي بس هل هي سهله؟ لا هتحتاري شويه وانت بتكونستراكت السنتنس. فاعرفي دايما انك ايه دايما هو انا هتكلم في ايه حاجه خلصت في الماضي ولا حاجه لسه متصله بالواقع، يبقى هستخدم دي او دي، يبقى هستخدم الاي دي وكذا مع ايه has had ولا هستخدم من غيرها. You got it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay guys. Any question يا مؤمن؟ Any question يا حياة؟ ايه ده؟ هاي ازيك حياة؟
هاي
هاي الحمد لله على السلامة. طيب
الله
ان شاء الله
يسلمك.
I think let me double check. I think it's recorded right?
Yes.
Yes, yes, it's
فرحت.
recorded. Yes, you can go back. You can
Okay,
go back to the
ميرسي.
session and ان شاء الله تكون بخير يا رب. Any question يا نهى؟ انا مبسوط جايز ان today في participation اكتر، في قرايه اسهل، في pronunciation احسن except ال P وال B مرنوا عليها قوي عشان الفتره دي هيبقى في كتير P و B. بليز try دايما كده خشوا السيشنز القديمه وشوفوا النوتس بتاعت البرونسيشن، شوفوا الحاجات الكونستنت البرونسيشن اللي خدناها كل يوم، اعملوا التمارين الحاجات اللي بتضحك دي بحيث انها ايه تتعودوا على البرونسيشن. انا بصراحه في تقدم عنيف جدا في الفهم وتقدم في اللغه وتقدم في حاجات كتير. لو رجعتوا اساسا للفيرست سيشن خالص والنهارده انتوا نفسكم مش هتصدقوا تمام، هتقول ده مين ده اللي كان بيتكلم كده، بس ستيل احنا قدامنا كتير يعني نتعلمه. اوكي
دكتور
يس نوها.
دكتور انا ممكن اقول حاجه ان عربي؟
يس يس
اوكي. انا حاسه ان
go watch your first video يا نوها. You would find that your pronunciation has at least lifted between 30 to 35%. ده رقم كبير at least. and لسه قدامنا وقت، احنا مكملين مع بعض تمام. it takes time وحتى لما نوقف خلاص في السمر سواء انت مكمله معانا في الكورسز اللي بعد كده او هتكملي مع نفسك او في مكان تاني you need at least يا نوها at least 1 year to be able to speak like as a first language. We need at least a couple of years continuously مع practice hard عشان تبقي native. It takes يعني time. بس التايم ده هتغمضي وتفتحي تعدي السنة أو السنتين تلاقي نفسك بتقول إيه؟ لا ده أنا مش أنا. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of time. بس في الآخر it pays off. Okay? See you next time, guys.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Okay.